Hi and welcome, Divine Masculine. It's Bella Katrina here. This is your new moon reading to have a snapshot of how the energies are going and a follow through from the Twin Flames and Divine Feminine reading. So I'm reading the energy of the Divine Masculine, and I talk to the Divine Masculine, but there's still that energy within the Divine Feminine as the same with the Divine Masculine. So it's good to watch all three. It seems like there is a storyline there. So I'm a channel, medium, angel therapy practitioner, and I'm working very closely with the keepers of the Twin Flames, Sanat Kumara from Venus, and Jesus of Nazareth, Master Jesus. Mother Mary and I have just gotten to know each other, so a lot of you know her a little bit better than I do, but she's definitely around and comes to you, and she's real. So I went to pick the cards out for Divine Masculine, asking, and I got Mother Mary, and I was saying to myself as I opened the box, Mother Mary, really, for Divine Masculine? And it fell to the floor. You know, I opened it and then half the pile sort of fell to the floor, and that was what I picked up. Our Lady with the Moon at her feet. So I am going to read that to you, and also I'm going to tell you the winner of the snapshot. I'm also going to share a story with you on how to get the next snapshot. I'm going to do a snapshot. It's all snapshots. I've got the tarot here, and I've also got the angels of abundance, because they hear your worries about finances. It's very loud. And then we're going to look into the heart of Divine Masculine. So I've got a jam-packed reading. First, I'm going to say congratulations to Jody Piers, for she says, Jesus definitely owns the pub. Love it. So I liked that because it's like, I've had a bit of an eclipse moment where I did a full reading for you and it uploaded as Divine Feminine. So it sort of spun me out. I had an eclipse and now I cannot find it. So I'm actually going to share with you as much as I can about that one, and we're going to move into new energies, because we went through a bit of a portal the 3 days prior to the eclipse. It's like a time loop portal. And this is another superpower that we are getting. So I've been with it. So what's happening is it's happened with Divine Masculine reading for me. So now it's like I'm going back and we're doing it 3 days prior. If that makes sense, because I can't find it anywhere. It totally disappeared. So I'm going over a little bit of that, and then we're going to go into new energy. But there was another winner that I really wanted to give it to for Divine Masculine, and I'm just going to share it with you. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, hello, is anyone out there? Hello, can you hear me? How did I get inside the comment box? Can someone get me out of here? Where's the exit? How did I get in here? Gate, paragate, where's the parakeet? Chirp, 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 tweet, tweet, tweet. Am I a bird? Is 888 that great? I got a video from my supposed twin soul, Polona Samrock of Ascension Pioneers. I got a video from her on 888, and the video said 888 views. Do we have 888 eyes with 888 points of view? There must be 888 perceptions of the 888. So it's EAIC 8888. Did 1111 have anything to do with this? Can I get out of this comment box now? Thanks. I'm going to give you a snapshot if you want one. Michael Motorcycle, because that echoed in my brain for ages after. I kept thinking, what is he saying? Hello, hello. And it was like, because I was saying knock, 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 who's there? And it was for me, because I'm channeling these messages, right? So I'm sharing what I would normally do for myself. We're sharing it for the collective. So that was when I played it back. I was like, what am I not getting? What am I not getting? Hello, Bella, are you there? So I'm going to reveal a little bit about all that as well as we go through this reading. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for your subscriptions. It's been an epic, epic journey. And I'm going to read to you now that I printed out. because I get that you've been under serious psychic attack. And if you're feminine watching, you can understand that in the last week or 2 weeks, where people have pushed your buttons, or maybe allied against you, or maybe felt threatened in your presence. So you can actually take that and capture that as 25% and triple it as what's happening in the masculine energy. So that's how I know how epic it is. It was like being full-on dumped in the wave, you know, and like a face full of sand. But here you are and you're breathing. So I found that quite an epic journey the last 2 weeks. And I know that if it's the masculine, it's tripled. It's been unbelievable. So we're just going to affirm a few things for divine masculine, because, you know, if you look back on another one of my readings in the past, it was Tarzan through the jungle, and then the dragon came out. So you are now a dragon slayer, because you've slayed the dragon. That's what it was the last 2 weeks, slaying the dragon. That's what it is. It's pushing up against that epic force of momentum, and then going with it, and then recovering. So we're just going to declare a few things. So big deep breath, if you like. I declare that every negative word, every curse that has been spoken out against me is broken in the name of Jesus. I declare the negative things that have been in my family, even for generations, will no longer have any effect on me. I declare that from this day forward, I will experience a new sense of freedom. Curses have now been broken, and blessings are on their way. I declare breakthroughs are coming in my life, sudden bursts of God's goodness. Let no plans of the enemy work. Let no weapon formed against me prosper. In Jesus' mighty name. Thank you, thank you. So that came up for divine masculine, and it was like a rush of energy and a lot of downloads. So thank you for your patience with this reading. The time loop has allowed us now to capture what you need to know and add it to a new energy, because some of you have walked through that portal. So I am going to read this because this spun me out, this card, because I've only just received these in the mail like a couple of weeks ago, the Mother Mary deck. So I don't even know all the cards. Normally I would study them before sharing them. But I can't believe that fell out. Like, that is a card in there. Our Lady with the moon at her feet. I have heard your heart prayers. I have heard you calling to me silently in suffering, wanting to let go and grow, and finding that despite all your efforts, still you must endure. It is as if you are sinking when you want to rise, falling when you want to fly. I come to you now with the moon at my feet and ask you to put your trust in me. I will help you. I will help you outgrow that which no longer serves, so that what you struggle to attain now through effort in time will come naturally to you. Have faith. What you want is possible, and I will help you get there. Need to relax because this is long. The power of habitual consciousness is mighty indeed, even if we know we want to change, and even if we have taken practical steps to change. The challenge of sustaining ourselves in a new way without falling back into old emotional or psychological patterns can be extremely difficult. This is especially so if what you are seeking to change has been part of your core wounding this lifetime, becoming a habit that seems impossible to break. No matter how much you may want to do so, there is a force of gravity that works upon us in this world, not only physically but emotionally and psychologically as well. It is why, despite tremendous desire and effort, change can be difficult most times, and sometimes even seen impossible at other times. To be able to grow in life requires that we be able to intelligently respond to the challenges that are a natural part of human beings. Sometimes those challenges will be self-created and we will want to let them go. These might include coping mechanisms that aren't really helpful for us, such as addictions or shutting people out and withdrawing into a solitude of suffering or disassociating through compulsive behaviours that undermine our self-esteem and emotional or even financial well-being. Sometimes the challenges will be circumstances imposed upon us by time or by others, and we cannot control that situation and need to find a way not only to bear it, but perhaps even, if we are feeling bold, to transform it from something negative or frustrating into an opportunity to do things differently and feel more freedom. What is needed for transformation, for healthy growth? It's strength, patience, and an ability to respond intelligently to life's challenges with a view to making them work for your own personal growth. However, sometimes all of this is just not enough. Sometimes we move this way and that. We wait, we apply ourselves, we take practical steps, and still, despite our best intentions, we may feel ourselves sliding backwards into old habits, old patterns of thinking or being, old emotional patterns. We must not even see them as patterns. We must instead just think that this is the way life is and there is nothing we can do about it. But that is not true at all. In such instances, what is needed to the loving intervention and assistance of a being that is more powerful than the gravity that we are unable to encounter through our efforts alone. There is no shame in this. In fact, there is wisdom in recognizing when help is needed and in accepting it. Like a growing plant that needs a trellis until it has stabilized itself, so too do we humans need divine support at times along our path, as we are mastering new levels of consciousness, new habits, new ways of being. If it was easy, everyone would be living exactly as they wanted to be living without any struggle. Clearly, this is not happening in the world as often as we may wish. The Divine Mother will help us move through our struggles if only we allow her to do so. Her being, her love, is more powerful than our greatest forces of habitual consciousness and behaviour. The miracles of her healing can transform even the most stubborn pessimist into an active optimist. Our Lady with the moon at her feet comes to us when we are attempting to outgrow, through inspiration, hope, love, bold, spiritual daring or big dreams, that which seems to be holding us back or impossible to change. Tell us that through her intervention. She tells us that through her intervention we can find the support that we need as we face the challenges of growth. And she will lend us her power to be able to reach for that star, which without her would perhaps be somewhat beyond our reach, for now at least. She also tells us that if we are feeling boxed in or diverted from our higher purpose in life, she will help us. She asks us to pray to her and to know that what is now is not what must always be. Transformation and healing is possible, but you must trust her. You must place more faith in her than in what appears to be an insolvable or recurring difficulty. This oracle is a wild card in the deck, in that it empowers and strengthens any other message that you receive. If you receive this card on its own, it is enough. But if you choose another card as well, this card asks you to pay extra special attention to the guidance in the other card you chose. The following healing process will help you connect with Our Lady and receive her beneficial help. We're just going to do this healing process and affirmation quickly, and you can come back and replay this often. Sense or perceive that it is the darkest night all around you. Quiet, open space extends around in all directions. You become aware of a magnificent holy woman, lit up like a star in the night. She stands with bare feet upon a crescent moon. You notice the moon under her feet. Perhaps you cannot help but look at it. It has a strange glow and is fascinating, mysterious. You then become aware of the feet of the holy woman. As you gaze at her feet, the dark night and the moon fade away, and you are aware of her feet glowing radiantly. A white sun burns in each foot. The light and warmth of those suns shines on you. Imagine you can feel or intend to receive the light and warmth of those suns on your face, your body, all the way into your heart. When you are ready, complete your process with the following healing affirmations. Said aloud if possible, with feeling from the heart. Big deep breath, repeating out loud after me if you want to. Holy Mother Mary, Our Lady with the moon at her feet, protect me with your heavenly grace. Where I would stumble, your love uplifts me. Where I would fail to see, your love opens the eye in my heart and gives me vision. Where I might fall, you ensure success. Together I and all beings succeed in healing growth. I open and surrender into your tender blessing and merciful grace, that I will fulfill my divine destiny. So that's what's happening next eclipse. The lady with the moon at her feet is actually in the sky, in the constellations. So I urge you to have a look at researching that. So we are going to do another one. They're making me do another one. So I'm just going to knock on there because I said it was very important, whatever the next one is. And I just feel like there's been emotion that had to come up to clear, and pain of betrayal in the past. So Mother Mary, what have you got? I'm just going to do one. This one. Our Lady of Radiant Grace. I'm not going to read that one because I can feel the energy from that. It's weird. So Divine Masculine, you are getting grace from the Divine Mother. And this is all in divine timing, and what you've been through has been epic. So please declare that you're safe and do those declarations daily about the weapon against you. And I'm just going to call to this channel a firewall of protection, and we're going to fill it with the blood of Jesus and breathe the breath of life into it from God, because this is an epic time. What we're going to face in the next 3 years is nothing short of a challenge. And this reading is really for twin flames and divine masculine energy. So if you're not, don't come at me in comments and things, right? I want to keep it bright and happy and cheerful. And if you have a question about it, I urge you to go to Jesus directly, because that's where I'm coming from. Okay, so having said that, let's have a little snapshot. I wanted to show you what's come in. I'm going to keep Lady Grace, Our Lady of Radiant Grace, because I might come back to that. But we've got Sacred Divine Masculine here. We've got also here Mandarin Ducks, right? So they bring in feng shui of love and communion. We've also got the pink tourmaline. Thank you, Donna Chapman. And here is watermelon tourmaline, and we've got the rose quartz citrine has come in for you. And if you can see here, we've got the infinity symbol with the 2 watermelon tourmalines. Now I looked down at this, I was thinking about my twin, and I looked down at my feet, just come out of the water a couple of months ago, and I looked down and there was that, like that, just on the ground. And it's one of those, you know, stretchy things that you do with your presents. And I just thought, because I was thinking, it's silver. Should it be silver? Or should it be gold? Because I was drawing it in a picture. And I was thinking, should it be silver or gold? And then it was like, oh, gold. So I was going to say silver. It's really strange. So that's how you get your answers, but got to keep asking, keep asking. So well done for slaying the dragon, for getting through that epic adventure, that portal, that total solar eclipse. Never felt anything like it in my life. I got eclipsed. And then found out the other superpower is the 3-day loop, right? Remember that. So we're going to look at Angels of Abundance. I'm just going to knock and shuffle and get that out as well, because we're looking at your finances. I'm just meditating on this Our Lady of Radiant Grace over here. They're saying to some of you to not give up on the dream, right? Oh, had it fly away. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and it will fully support you. So it's like going to work but putting your life force into your dream by thinking about it, by creating it, by drawing a plan. And this is because moonlighting, we're in the new moon energy. So that what you think about, you create. This is like express post-delivery energy, express post-delivery to the universe. So start the project, just start thinking about it. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just going to get ready for it. You know, like I think I'm going to get ready for the Divine Masculine reading, and they brought out this, and then I think, and then I'm all of a sudden doing it. So this is want you to meditate on this because this has got your name on it. Yep, it's your name on it. Here you are, here's $1 million. Now breathe and relax. You've already received that. And now what are you going to do with it? You're going to plan what you're going to do with it here. Okay? Because there's radiant grace coming in around this between eclipses. We're between eclipses, I keep saying. Between eclipses. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so I will read those in a minute. But I'm just going to do a little snapshot here because the other reading, I do remember that your heart is opening, and between, it's like the energy in the Divine Masculine goes up, right? So you've got to bring your sexual energy up, and life force got to come up, and you've got to channel it like in the book Think and Grow Rich. Yep. And then you get to your third eye. So the masculine energy is coming down up to the third eye. The feminine's energy is coming, has met the sacral. Okay, so it's a lot of creative energy. That's why it's very fertile, right? The Empress has been showing up a lot, the Galactic Mother. Way. Sorry, get sound effects here. So this flipped out because we're looking at what's going on with Divine Masculine energy, and this is the dream, right? So this is actually the plan. So it's not really a job, it's what will support this. Right? So what could I do all day that I love doing that would just support me financially, but also with other things? Because we're letting go of a lot of the material. Do you know what I mean? And letting go of the power it has over us. Because soon it will be taken. And then what are we going to do? See? See this? See this? Cheat, sneak, liar. There's somebody not telling the truth around you. I knew that. The Seven of Swords. Saying don't give up. This is like you've won the battle, but you haven't won the war yet. You haven't lost it either. I don't want to say war, but it's like that. It's like, that's just a step in this journey. And look at the energy around you at the moment. Right? So this is narrow-mindedness. And this is saying it's those people that are attacking. They have narrow minds, right? They've got little pea brains, and they can only see this tiny, tiny focal point. You know, it's like looking through a monocle? A monocle? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that came out of my mouth. A monocle, that's a word. Instead of like flying like an eagle up above, right? So this is where when I got that knock knock and all that, I was like, yeah, where did God go? Like I felt the presence of Source, and I've gone up dimensions. And I know what it feels like. And then it was gone. I was like, where does God go? How funny. Where does God go? So I did a meditation, like sitting, just asking, like, where have you gone? You've left me. And that was my abandonment issues. And it was like, I was in the Matrix. This is in the Matrix. This is back in the Matrix. This is old paradigm, disgusting power over others paradigm thought. And this is what you're breaking. This is why it was like, I can see that. And especially when you step back and you take yourself out and you let it collapse around you. You know, when two people are arguing and then you walk into the room, they can both turn on you. And that may have happened with your parents. And that is what you're learning. To back out and let them collapse it in front of you in a way, right? So you did that. It's like there's an initiation here and you've actually walked through it, even though it's not completely over, because this was a judgment call for you. This was a warning for you. Wake up, wake up, wake up. People lie to your face. People pretend and they're not true, right? So I'm just going to go like this now because we've seen who Bella Katrina is. So we're looking here. Justice in the past, right? This justice came in. This is showing me it's like the ace coming down. It's like the judge has ruled. Stamp, stamp, they're going, right? That is enough. So you got out of something. And then you're in this, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. What did I do wrong? So this is analysing everything that you did wrong in the past, which is weakening your system and allowing people to take advantage of you. However, you know what they're doing. That's the funny bit. Especially if you're a blue ray twin flame, they're showing you can see out the back of your head. And you have super song and hearing as well. It's like you already know what's going on. So you've won the battle, but the war isn't over, okay? Because this is it. You're done with that pretending crapola, right? Why should I even have any thought process towards that? Doesn't matter who they are, they don't get into my thought process anymore. So this is mastering your thoughts, divine masculine, of how am I contributing? It's like, am I being a cause in the matter of? A cause in the matter of. And in your energy field, right, this is the Knight of Swords coming in. So this is quick, fast action messages. And I don't feel that it's you. Let me ask, is it them? No. Who is this? Oh, hello. Wonder who that is. So this is fast action. That's all they're going to tell me. They said, don't ask anymore. How funny. Because I asked, that's a no, right? Is that you moving in? And it's like, this is fast energy coming in. So this feels like you get an aha moment. This is a serious aha moment about divine feminine. And it's a feeling. Do you know what I mean? It's a knowing, it's a seeing, it's a hearing, and it's a feeling. It's like all your clairs are opening, all your senses. And this just comes down in. So this is you. This is the outcome. Right? Bit crash tackled. This is like a head high tackle. And the ref didn't see it. The ref didn't see it. So you were carted off, really? We thought you were unconscious. But you did slay the dragon. However, you got a head high tackle. And it seems unfair, this head high. It's an example. Go with me. It's a football term. When you get a tackle, they should be like, the ref should pull them off. However, they didn't get pulled off. Like, no one saw them. Don't you worry. God sees them. Justice, right? And you will get repaid for your tenacity, for your pulling back and allowing instead of going in. And then you've got some reserves and some energy, right, to actually approach this situation. This love and kindness and building something together, because this is your dream. This is the outcome. These are the outcome. So lovely. It's the Four of Wands. So this is like stable. It's got four. It doesn't move. It's consolidation. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is meant to be. I can't ignore this anymore. And they're just showing me. So I remember writing in the description of the other reading, it's like the QE2. How do you turn the QE2 around? It's like one nudge at a time. And that's with your energy, just go slowly. You're recovering from a head high tackle. And you're being in like intensive care. And, Divine Feminine's been worried about you. Yep, she's been worried. And pacing, it's like we've been pacing in the intensive care. Is everything all right? It's going to be all right. Blah, blah, blah. And then he come out going, yeah, it's going to be all right. This is the yeah, it's going to be all right. Okay, so this is being out in the cold. This is where we felt, both of us, not connected. And then here comes in an idea or a discussion. Three of Pentacles. This always looks to me like there is an architect or a tradesman or a painter, and this is about where you live. So this is about consolidating and not really consolidating, sorry, being open to other opportunities of where you actually live, because this is, you have to include your divine feminine now. You have to include your partner. It's not just about you. So it's hard to make the decision beforehand, right? So then that's why you feel out in the cold. But this will change. So just hold on, because, you know, you got to recover, and then you got to decide where you're going to live. It's still the same thing as in the beginning. So we're just going to do a knock and shuffle here with these love cards. I hope you're enjoying this reading. Hope you're excited about your $1 million and how you're going to spend it. You've got to study ways to spend it, not worry about having it. Because it's your consciousness, right? You can have it. So there's my story about things appearing. I asked, where does it come from? And they said, if your consciousness would allow you to find that check, or to find something worth that you could change into money, your consciousness would give it to you. So we have to expand our consciousness. And I was like, what? As if, okay, show me something then that my consciousness, show me where my consciousness is at for receiving that type of thing. And I found on the side of the road a pink box. Pink, hot pink, right? Of course I'm going to open it. It's my favorite color. Anyway, so I opened the box, and then beside it was a little bag, and inside the bag was this box, a black box, and it had 17 cords all around it and everything. And I just picked it up, and then there was a microphone. I thought, oh, that might work for my computer, because it was like on the wheelie bin. So I took it home, and I opened up this black box, and I thought, whatever it said on it, rain, blah, 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 right? And then I looked it up, and it's actually for DJs to do 2 turntables at once, and it's $1,000 full price. So I put it on eBay for $500 and sold it. Can you believe that? I was like, oh my gosh, they gave it to me out of nowhere, and I turned it into money, because that's what I was saying. So it's like you can just find things. Like it can actually be bestowed upon you, Divine Masculine. You can actually just receive it. See this nasty, nasty, nasty. See this? You let it go here. Justice, right? I'm out of here. And then it's just nasty, nasty. This is full narcissistic abuse, fatal attraction. So this is where people are lying, deceiving, and cheating around you. And it may be somebody you were very close to once, or maybe a family member, or maybe a best friend, or it may even be a sister, or it may be all three. Oh my gosh, it's all three. How revolting. So you're feeling like, you know, no one gets me, no one understands me. But this is like, you know, you've changed now, and you were in that environment. So have some compassion for yourself, because in that environment and surrounded by that energy, you've done really well. You slayed the dragon. Don't forget that. So you've looked back and examined, right? What is causing me to feel this way? I got to get out of here. This is not right for me, but then I don't know what to do. This is well done, masculine. I get excellent. And thinking of your divine feminine, because love is what you're really wanting, and love and a connection that you've never experienced before. So this is big, it's epic, and scary, you know, all at the same time. So when you're going through that, you don't want this attacking you. This is like having the chicken pox, having someone come in and, you know, scar you for life, can scar you. So enough of that. You got to trust down here, because this is transformation. It occurs through acceptance. You have to be really strict here with your boundaries. Like only if you feel like you can handle it, or only, it's like no contact at the moment. Can you understand that? Till the next, you know, even past the full moon, just have no contact, no contact. And we ask Archangel Uriel now to release this fatal attraction energy from your heart, mind, and psychic aura. So you ask, because remember the universal law of free will that can't intervene without your permission. And Uriel is a psychological angel, helps us day and night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the rest of our life for free. So you have a psychologist available to you for free. But you have to ask. So it's Uriel, U-R-I-E-L, and it's Uriel, come to me now. Help me release this fatal attraction narcissist from my heart, my mind, and my psychic aura. Thank you, thank you. And then you sit back and relax and follow any guidance that you hear, see, think, and feel, because this is freedom for you. There's nothing really stopping you, right? You don't have to be caught up in that. It's none of your business. Get out of it. Who cares? Right? It's like Don't be so narrow-minded in their little pea brain world, right? You're the divine masculine. You're stepping out. And it looks like the divine feminine's ready. She's ready. She's ready. There's nothing stopping you. This, you've broken through it, right? And sometimes it's the last test. It's the last push. Because look at the outcome here. Look at the outcome card, right? Look at that. Sneaking, lying, cheating, bitching, you know, using all your kindness against you, all your goodwill against you, guilt, shame, manipulation, emotional hooks, the whole thing, right? Fatal attraction. It's not what you think it is. Fake to your face. And then here, tired, battered, head high tackle, in intensive care, recovering, and union. This is the ignition of passion, because no more letting out in the cold, right? I'm going to discuss this, and I'm going to put my foot down, and I'm going to have boundaries on where I live, and I'm going to have boundaries on my time and my energy, and I'm not going to let people drain me and dump on me, because I want love. That's what I want. And this is blessed by God, right? This is ordained by God. So you can't like fight it anymore. It's like surrender. You have to give in. Sort of like your soul was already contracted to do it. So everything's happening in the perfect divine space, time and sequence. Don't worry. But this is a final test. This is like you need to be a bit of a biatch, a bit of an a-hole here, right, to get your point across. And who cares if it makes it look like you're a bit psycho or a bit crazy, right? Let it out. They need to receive it in a bang to get it, and then let it go. And don't carry the shame or the guilt around it. Sometimes you think, thank you, God, for making me do it that way so they get it, because you want to have communication that they get, because you're not understanding. You're coming up against a freight train here. This is not like, oh, hi, could you just sort of get off my toe? This is like, back away and don't come back. Oh, dear. Anything else for the twin flames? Here's the new beginning. This is the dragon. This is the dragon. It's been in your bloodlines. That's why we said that thing in the beginning. So a new adventure awaits. Embrace it. New beginnings. Live your dreams passionately. So this is the changeover. You're in that changeover, right? From the old paradigm and way of thinking and arguing in relationships to unconditional love. So it is going to be a bit wobbly, but you don't need somebody coming in crash tackling you, head high tackle, right? Just because the ref's not looking, they get away with it. Excuse me. You've got to really learn here self-preservation and think about more how you're going to spend the $1 million that's now coming your way, and what are your creative endeavors here with the moonlighting. So I'm going to end with that one. And just before I do, I'm going to tell you about a time when I worked for Wesley Mission. And this is for your 20-minute free snapshot reading for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to announce it on the full moon. So only till the full moon one, because we're talking about moons and moons. And I went to find a venue because I was a training manager for the RTO of Wesley Uniting, and I was driving around, and I'm not joking, it was out Belrose Way, came down a dirt track because it was a Wesley centre, and I thought I'll go there and see if they will provide a training room for the nurses, because I was training nurses in dementia care. And I got to this place, and it was called Camp David. And I thought, oh yeah, and I got out and sort of walked around, and I felt really eerie, and I remember going back and locking the car. It was like it was, I don't know, I just remember sitting in the car going, Camp David, what do they do here? Like, nobody's here. Big centre, buildings, you know, like grass. It was all very nice in the mountains sort of thing. In the mountains, in the, you know, countryside. And it just came back to me that I sat there for quite a while, and I was thinking, should I go and see if somebody is at reception? And I kept getting this, no, do not get out of the car. Do not get out of the car. Do not get out of the car. And I thought, oh, so I just sat there, and then drove off. So this would have been about 6 years ago, 7 years ago before 8 years ago. Oh my gosh, 8 years ago. So that's the question, is like, what happens at Camp David? Because I found out, it was revealed to me what actually goes on there. So I'm going to give you a clue, because it's something centers, right? Because nothing is as we see it, remember? So it's something centers are in all Camp Davids, and they're underground. So whoever gets that first gets the 20-minute snapshot. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so you received this because you're going to start moonlighting, and you've been praying about financial security and a meaningful career. The angels are showing you a way to have both. Excellent. If you have been dreaming of running your own business, this is a gentle way to get started and successful. You can begin your self-employment part-time while still maintaining a job that pays you the bills. You will feel less stress at your regular job because you'll have your dream career to focus upon. Your dream career will flourish faster because there's no pressure for it to make you money. Pressure to make money always blocks abundance and slows manifestation. Since your business will naturally grow with your passion and enthusiasm, you'll build up to the option of leaving your other job because your dream will pay the bills. Your dream one will pay the bills. Start paying the bills. Excellent. So you've got $1 million. What are you going to do? What is your moonlighting? That's what they want to ask. And the feminine energy, right, is actually going to, it's like it's going to connect once you get to the crown, and then the feminine energy gets down to the base. Then we've got a chance of union. That's when the energy can connect. And it looks like it's possible around the next 2 weeks. And it will be subtle and easy and effortless. And just surrender and let it go. Because this is going to be the romance of a lifetime, but also will keep you stable, make you feel better, and make you more aware of your skills and your talents and your abilities. And really, the twins are here to encourage, you know, each other. So you need to be at a certain level before this energy will match. And it's like the universe. Sorry, they just showed me. It's like this is the universe getting. This is what we're thinking. This is our reality. Out in the cold, what are we going to do? Oh my God. No money, can't do this, no, I can't finance my dream. But this is the universe working it out. Look, this is God working it out with the angels, and this is the angel working it out with both of us. So this is like, then here comes, this is the flip again. Got to say no to that. This is your test without guilt or shame. Allow this to come in, because it's going to happen quite quickly, right? And it's going to be better and easier than you can possibly imagine. So, Our Lady of Radiant Grace. I'm only looking at that because it is number 33. And I'm just going to finish with that message. So let me know what you're thinking. Don't come at me, though, about things, because, you know, like saying, are you out of your mind? It's like, no, I'm not out of my mind, but yes, let's get out of our mind, I thought. So, yes, I'm out of my mind. The descent of my grace changes everything. Your body, your mind, and your soul are brought to life in new ways, and freedom opens up to you. Can you release your familiarity with and attachment to old ways of being? Can you release your expectation of enslavement and control? You are my child. When you place your trust in me, I allow no one to harm you, no thing to confine your spirit. You are free to live wildly and expansively. There shall be no prison for your soul, beloved of mine. Your soul shall be in love with the earth and fly free. I'm going to keep going. Like an animal that has been wounded and must learn to release aggression and distrust, in order to know love and tenderness, we must too learn how to trust again and again. The nature of modern culture is that it tries to kill the soul and break the spirit. We are pushed and prodded into fitting into stereotypes, humbled into believing we are not enough just as we are, and manipulated into believing we must buy our way into status in order to have worth. The body is humiliated by comparisons and judgments, and the spirit is derided by beliefs that if you cannot see or touch it physically, then it isn't real. You aren't in the real world. If you believe in spiritual matters, and you are delusional and naive if you aim to live from love rather than from scarcity. You aren't in the real world if you believe in spiritual matters, and you are delusional and naive if you aim to live from love rather than from scarcity. Power games and fear. I don't understand that. This is part of the test of being human. We were born to rise above these humiliations and disparagements, to become stronger than them, wiser than them. In doing so, we help liberate others as well, showing the way, a more authentic and healing way to live. You were born not to fear. We were born not to fear our bodies and deny our spirits, but to love the earth and fly with the wings of the Holy Mother's grace. This is going. This is out. Old patterns released. Just need to clear that. To live in our divine destiny, which is so much nobler, more compassionate, kind, emotionally rich, creative, and rebellious than modern culture would have us believe. We need to trust. We need to trust that we are enough, that we are worthy of receiving. This is not some misplaced sense of entitlement or belief that the world owes us, or that the suffering of others only matters, if at all, when we have all our own needs met. The spiritual grace of the Holy Mother does not revolve around immature tantrums of thwarted egos. That's what you've been putting up with. They're the words. The ability to receive what this oracle speaks of requires the genuine heart-centered realization that the divine lives and breathes as us, and wants to come into full expression through all that we are, unique talents and quirky visions included. For this trust to manifest and for us to be freed from self-imposed prisons that would lock us into fearful doubt and confusion, we need the radiant grace of Our Lady. That radiant grace is sunlight cutting through the cloud and illuminating the earth in golden light. That grace is the joyful gasp that erupts from your lips when you witness a spontaneous, beautiful moment in the natural world. This is the grace that lifts us. We see that the door on the cage we once believed ourselves to be locked within is actually not locked at all. This grace is exactly what we need to keep the door open and dare to step outside. It is the Divine Mother standing on the other side of the unlocked cage door that we have just kicked open, beckoning us to join her. She stands there in a lush field of wildflowers, hair blowing in the wind, calling to us. She says, "Come here, beloved of mine. Step into this world with me. We have so much to share, and with the rest of the world. Let's go rattle some cages. Freedom awaits all of my children." This card oracle comes to you at a time when, whether you are conscious of it or not, a greater spiritual embodiment is upon you. This will take great courage to accept. You will not necessarily feel in control or understand some of the changes in relationships and life circumstances that happen as a result of this greater divine presence manifesting within your being. These changes are manifesting through the Mother's grace to allow for you to be free. Remember that freedom does not mean being alone. Freedom comes with a sense of living your destiny without obstruction. That will include having deep and connected relationships that feed and nourish the soul. Allow the Mother to flow into your heart and be with you as you trust in what is unfolding now through her radiant grace. Healing process and affirmation. You feel the dark red earth beneath your feet, and it feels solid and supportive. A warm breeze moves about your body, and the light is golden. You sense Mother Mary standing beside you, dressed in red robes flecked with gold. I love these two cards. Sorry, I've told them up for you. She smiles at you as though you are her oldest friend and passes you the edge of her thick red cape. The cape is heavy and strong, and as you hold it, the warm breeze turns into a strong wind. Together you run like children and leap into the air, lifted and free. Stay with this sensation for as long as you feel good. When you are ready, your feet gently touch the ground once more. The rich red earth beneath your feet feels solid and supportive. Finish the healing process with this affirmation said aloud, preferably 3 times. So we're just going to do a little healing here. It's like a session, and you're just going to receive the energy of your words. So if you want to take a big deep breath, repeat out loud after me. This goes into your psychic aura and creates a vibration which gives you downloads of aha moments that you can put into action and get rewards about, right? So it's receiving a hunch that has a payoff. Big deep breath. The radiant grace of the Holy Mother, Mary, lives within my heart, freeing my body and soul to thrive. I open now to the fulfillment of my spiritual destiny through her grace. The radiant grace of the Holy Mother Mary lives within my heart, freeing my body and soul to thrive. I open now to the fulfillment of my spiritual destiny through her grace. One more time, all the way through. The radiant grace of the Holy Mother Mary lives within my heart, freeing my body and soul to thrive. I open now to the fulfillment of my spiritual destiny through her grace. Thank you so much for your time and your attention, you know, and just let me know what the centers are that are beneath the Camp David's. And you get a free 20-minute snapshot with me. Work with our Mother, Mother Mary. Even if you never met her before, you just ask, remember? And this is out. Well done. Slayed that dragon. Don't worry about that. Freedom is yours. And it's really imminent. Just around the corner. You are not alone, and there's a massive new beginning where you can bring all your guidance, all your wisdom, and all your passion and sensuality and sexuality, and channel it into divine ways that delight you and that bring you everything that you need, including unconditional love with your twin soul, twin flame, and abundance, prosperity, and freedom. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your subscriptions. I look forward to your comments, and just know that I'm thinking of you every moment, and I love you. This is signing off from Bella Katrina for the Divine, Sacred, Divine Masculine. We love you, and we ask that you open your heart to unconditional love with Mother Mary and accept the $1 million that is now on its way to you. Thank you so much. Signing off from Bella Katrina and all the angels. Love you. Bye.